Imagine a man walking casually through the rainy streets of London, sporting a jacket made from genuine ostrich skin that costs a cool $13,000. He looks like just another billionaire enjoying a retirement he definitely earned, until a reporter taps him on the shoulder and asks about the $2 billion missing from an Indian bank. The man doesn't run, he just gives a smug little smile, says no comment, and keeps walking, completely unaware that in just a few days, his world of red carpets and private jets is going to collide with a cold, cramped cell in one of the most notorious prisons in the UK. This is Nirav Modi. Before he was a headline-grabbing fugitive, he was the golden boy of the global jewelry world. Born in India but raised in Antwerp, Belgium, which is basically the diamond capital of the planet, you'd think he was destined for greatness. But here's the kicker. This guy was a total success at being a failure early on. He actually dropped out of the prestigious Wharton Business School after just 1 year. Yep, he didn't want to be a jeweler. He wanted to be a music conductor. But when that dream fell flat, he moved to Mumbai at 19 to work for his uncle. And he realized that while he couldn't lead an orchestra, he could definitely orchestrate one of the biggest financial scandals in history. Nirav seriously loves money, and he was obsessed with escaping the boring life of a diamond wholesaler. He didn't just want to sell stones, he wanted his name on the same level as Cartier or Tiffany. He wanted the fame, the celebrity friends, and the power. Well, by the early 2000s, he started Firestar Diamond, and within a decade, he became the first Indian jeweler to ever be featured on the covers of auction giants like Christie's and Sotheby's. But behind the glitter, the rise of the brand was fueled by a secret high-speed scam. Around 2011, Nirav and his firms began using a banking instrument called a Letter of Undertaking, or LOU. Essentially, he convinced corrupt officials at a Mumbai branch of the Punjab National Bank to issue these guarantees without him providing a single cent of collateral. In the beginning, it was for an amount of 280 crore rupees, or around $42 million. But once he realized the bank's internal systems weren't actually talking to each other, he went into overdrive. He basically discovered an infinite money glitch in the banking system. Every time a loan was due, he didn't pay it back with profit. He just got a new, even larger fraudulent LOU to pay off the old one. Over 7 years, that initial $42 million ballooned into a staggering $2 billion. He was effectively using the bank's own credit to build a luxury empire that looked like it was worth billions, all while the bank had zero record of the debt on their main books. With this stolen fortune, Nirav lived a life that makes most influencers look like they're on a budget. He moved his family into a luxury apartment in New York and opened flagship stores on Madison Avenue and London's Old Bond Street. He was the guy hobnobbing with Kate Winslet and Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. He started collecting million-dollar art pieces and filled his garage with a fleet of luxury cars, including a Rolls-Royce Ghost and a Bentley. He had the confidence of a guy who thinks he can win a fight against a bear, mostly because his bank account was looking thicker than a Thanksgiving turkey. Everything was going great, until it wasn't. He really thought he was a genius who had outsmarted the entire Indian financial system, but he forgot one crucial detail. People eventually retire. The oops moment happened in early 2018. A junior official at the bank branch who had been helping Nirav retired, and the new guy in charge actually bothered to check the paperwork. When Nirav's firms came back asking for another fresh loan without collateral, the new official basically said, "Wait, who are you and where is your security?" The thread was pulled and the entire $2 billion sweater unraveled in days. But Nirav wasn't there to hear the news. He had fled India just days before the scandal broke, vanishing into a web of private jets and high-end hotels. The walls started closing in when the Indian government revoked his passport and called in Interpol. But Nirav was crafty. He allegedly used multiple passports and moved through New York and Hong Kong before landing in London. He moved into a $10 million apartment and even started a new diamond business under a different name. He was so confident that he went out for a stroll in that infamous ostrich hide jacket, only to be spotted by a journalist. That one encounter blew his cover, and shortly after, he was arrested at a metro station while trying to open a new bank account. Fast forward to today, February 2026, and the Diamond King is living a much darker reality. He has spent the last several years bouncing between HMP Wandsworth and HMP Pentonville overcrowded Victorian-era prisons, where he reportedly shares a cell and has to work from his lap. He has spent millions on lawyers trying to fight his extradition to India, claiming he's a victim of political persecution and that he might face torture back home. Just this past December 2025, a UK court deferred his latest appeal yet again. He's currently waiting for a crucial hearing set for March 2026 that could finally clear the decks for him to be sent back to Mumbai's Arthur Road jail. His bank account is now looking drier than a Popeye's biscuit, as he recently told the court he has to represent himself because he's officially run out of money to pay his high-end legal team. Meanwhile, back in India, the government has already auctioned off his Rolls-Royces and his precious art collection to try and recover the billions he took. If a billionaire can disappear with $2 billion and still find a way to stay in a cozy London prison for 7 years to avoid trial, is the legal system really built for justice or just for whoever can pay for the longest delays?